Late at night, a group of monks arrived at a nunnery, claiming they had come to study Buddhist teachings. However, the elderly nun brought along a group of brightly dressed performers. The newly arrived monk, Jack, was confused, not understanding why the abbot had called these women over. An older monk told him to take a closer look and explained that these were not women, but all were actually men. With that, joining them in meditation would not violate the vow of celibacy. The old monk further explained that these performers were sent by the deity of joy to guide the monks to the Pure Land, and it was through intense exchanges and confrontations that they could grasp the true essence of the Dharma. The abbot even assigned the most outstanding performer, Joey, to Jack. But Jack showed no reaction, for he smelled opium on Joey. When Jack asked why Joey was involved with opium, Joey suddenly knocked him down and whispered that the elderly nuns outside were listening. If Jack could not comprehend the Dharma, he would also be turned into a performer. The nuns outside, hearing the joyful chanting from the room, assumed Jack had reached the Pure Land. However, the head nun had no intention of letting him off. She wanted to strip him of his monk's robe, make him wear women's clothing, and groom him into a top performer. After spending the night together, Jack learned about Joey's background. Joey had originally come to investigate the opium smuggling at the nunnery but was tricked into becoming addicted to opium. Since then, he had been under the control of the old nun. Joey wanted to leave behind a gold coin with a bite mark before he died, hoping that bounty hunters would avenge him. Jack didn't want him to die like this. He wanted to help him find redemption in the Buddhist path, but once addicted to opium, it was nearly impossible to break free. The next day, the old nun asked Joey what Dharma they discussed last night. Joey tried to lie, but the old nun had already investigated Jack's background. His family had died from a plague, and if his brother were still alive, he would be around Joey's age. She was sure Jack would return to find Joey. Sure enough, Jack appeared again soon, but this time, Joey did not let him fall into despair. Instead, he chose self-redemption. Before he died, Joey left behind a coin with bite marks. Jack felt as though he had strayed from the Dharma, and he, too, had lost his soul, becoming a walking corpse. Jack then handed the token of resentment to a bounty hunter organization. These bounty hunters had long investigated the dirty dealings of the nunnery and knew everything about it. That night, they launched their operation. Anna used silk threads to deal with the outer guards. The stealthy Long used golden foil to suffocate a few of the martial nuns. After completing the mission, Long opened his robes to reveal a tattoo of the Virgin Mary, and he performed a rite to redeem these scoundrels. The cunning old nun had already escaped in advance, unaware that the doctor and Andy had set an ambush along her escape route. The doctor shot an arrow with a steel cable, and Andy slid down the rope to confront the old nun. Seeing this, the old nun quickly offered more money to buy her life. Andy was about to question her about the mastermind behind the opium smuggling, but she suddenly kissed him to distract him. While Andy was caught off guard, the old nun injected him with opium and attempted to flee. At that moment, a strange figure, a she-male, suddenly appeared to block her. Andy immediately drew his sword to engage but was no match for this opponent. The old nun tried to escape, but a card flew out and struck her forehead. With a puzzled expression, she died on the spot. It turned out that Andy's teammate, Zeus, had been waiting in ambush. The she-male, seeing this, thought he could handle both opponents but didn't realize there was another sniper on the roof. No matter how skilled he was, he couldn't block a coordinated sneak attack. The she-male, knowing when to retreat, used his elusive movement to escape the encirclement.